Hello and welcome again to the interview series. Each year, the AAF, American Advertising Federation Roanoke, holds an awards competition where members and area college students can enter their work to be judged by an independent panel of AAF members from across the nation. The interview series is about honoring the stellar work done by these Creative Gold Award winners. And today I'm talking with Jamal Millner. Jamal is the president of M3 Graphics, a boutique programming firm providing comprehensive back-end web development expertise to businesses and marketing agencies. And as the sole proprietor, Mr. Millner creates custom applications and integration that provide access to services and content from internal or third-party services. Over the years, he has expanded the offerings provided by M3 Graphics. Starting with graphic design and animation, his firm has grown to include web and application development, database management, API solutions, and even more. Jamal has served his community through a variety of organizations, including the American Advertising Federation's 3rd District and Roanoke Chapter AAF Roanoke. It is with AAF Roanoke where he orchestrated his most powerful endeavor, Adscape. This unforgettable educational and motivational day-long program offered advanced training in advertising to high school students interested in graphic design, media, and marketing. The program encouraged students to view advertising as a viable career choice by providing professional guidance, leadership, and networking opportunities that enhance students' understanding of marketing communications. This will be another fascinating interview for you to watch. Let's get to it. Well, it's good to see you here. And Jamal, thank you for joining our interview series. And even though I just said your name, give us your full name and your company and what you do.
Well, I'm Jamal Millner. I am the owner of M3 Graphics. I write software and do animation and post-production for mainly advertising agencies, but I also do it for other companies as well. That's the easy stuff. I do a lot of other things, but that's the core business.
I think in this digital age, we all do something else, right? As I was filling out a form yesterday, I said, "What's your side hustle?" It's like, do I have to list them all? Like,
Right.
it almost feels like they're all side hustles. It's just kind of walking around the thing, right?
Right.
So, tell me about the writing software thing. I didn't know about that.
Well, I've um, as far as the software, I'll do app development, but when it comes to ad agencies usually they'll have in-house development people, but then it gets to a point where they need someone to actually engineer something. So most of the stuff that I do is I'll write stuff that doesn't exist. I'll engineer software for them. It's usually third-party integration. So usually they'll have like something where they're dealing with Salesforce and customer relationship management systems, and they need to get those to talk together. And then either sometimes like I have an interesting project where we had to get it to work with their fulfillment system inside the warehouse and stuff like that. So, and a lot of times they're working with different systems that don't communicate, and they need that stuff to work alongside their shopping carts and stuff. So I'm a big part of my business, which most people don't know, is back end and middleware development, which I really don't advertise it because I'm really busy in that sector. And it's just, but people who know I do it, they tend to contact me, or they run into, because they're usually using obviously WordPress and all these other server pieces of software people are using to develop their sites. They hope a plugin exists, but a lot of times sites get too big or they've grown out of control and there aren't plugins that will help them get the job done. So they need something developed custom. Gotcha. And then I've also had instances where people they've built their businesses on Excel spreadsheets and have all kinds of like algorithms in these spreadsheets, and then they need those things converted into APIs for custom software for mobile and things like that. So that's an area of the business that I don't usually talk about. I used to just let people know, hey, I develop stuff. Let me know if you need something. But the people who do know, it's usually referrals. They'll just know that they need to reach out. Obviously, my company says M3 Graphics, but yeah, so I just let them just believe it's just graphics. But
gotcha.
I do a lot of software stuff.
Cool. Well, in let's get to the reason we're here. That's all fascinating stuff. I didn't know that
Right.
any about you. The gold award you won was for, let me get the right line here, um, self promotion sample reel. Is that accurate?
Yes, the advertising industry, self-promotion of film and video and sound. Yeah, and that was just for basically just a demo reel for animation.
Okay.
So, and that's actually the, like I said, it's the usually most of my work is when it is under non-disclosure agreement. So I
Okay.
can't really talk about that stuff. But the animation stuff, I could just be like, hey, I can show this stuff. And I do a reel every year, but it's sometimes I'll make a reel that I'm like, I really like that one. And this was the case this year, where I said, that was a good one. Let me go ahead and enter that. So that was the reason that one actually made it out. I actually had a reel in 2000 that I entered, and I got gold for that one. So
Nice.
I just do occasionally I'll have one that I think is a interesting edit. And had fun doing it, and so that's how that actually got out in the wild. This time it was a fun edit, and I just said, hey, let
Cool.
me go ahead and.
Talk it up like yeah. And talk it up like yeah. And talk it up like yeah. Let's go down to the tennis court and talk it up like yeah. Baby, be the class clown. I'll be the beauty queen in tears. It's a new iPhone showing people how we care. We're so happy, even when we're smiling out of fear. Let's go down to the tennis court and talk it up like yeah.
Well, how
See
many
that
people are on
it's
your team?
it's me, and I have my production assistant, and then there's a third person that we're currently working on a new initiative that I can't really talk about right now. But hopefully in the middle of next year we can actually say what we're doing there.
Oh,
But
cool.
it's three total.
Oh, cool. And then you kind of told me about how the project came together. So, if you had 3 words to describe your project, what would it be?
Me having fun.
Now there's good stuff right there. That's pretty good stuff. So you've kind of already teased me that you're working on some noteworthy stuff that you can't tell us about, or you'd have to come over and do you know what. Is there anything
Okay.
you're working on right now you can let loose?
Yeah, so right now, and I'll send you a screenshot over email. I'm currently working on a project for the city of Myrtle Beach,
Oh,
and it's still it's in the development phase, but it really we have 8 animations that we're doing along with 4 interactive experiences, and it's always confusing when people are like how like you write software but you also do animation. How does that kind of work together? And it's one of these things where when you're being able to do animation and work with something like the Unreal Engine, game engine and stuff. This is going to be these interactive experiences, and I actually do have a couple of props I'm going to show you. And we're actually combining like camera sensors and microcontrollers so that people can go in and using machine learning to control the interactive experience with their hands. It'll actually track their hands and body and control this interactive experience and stuff. So, and that's one thing about I like being able to write the software component and do the animated component as well, dealing with the interactive software like the game engines, and it all just kind of comes together. So we're working on that, and once that's probably not going to be done until middle of next year. So hopefully that's something we can enter into the awards next year. So keep a lookout for the awards, and hopefully we're in there and get something for it. So
that's really cool. Now, I know you've been involved with AAF and been on the board and that stuff. This is kind of a free question I'm going to throw in at the end. Why would somebody want to join? What would you do to encourage people?
well, there's a lot of networking is a really good component of AAF. Is because you, especially once you really get involved and you meet people at the conferences and other places, it does help your business grow. And just the Addy and the American Advertising Awards is something that is recognized nationally. It is the largest advertising competition in the country. So winning one does look good on your resume. So, but as far as just AAF being part of the club and then especially on the board, it does really help you as far as your career and jumpstarting your career, especially if you're a younger person, just meeting professionals.
Sure, sure. Well, Jamal, this has been fascinating, and especially learning about your company. So that's good stuff for everybody. I really appreciate you taking a few minutes out of your day to do this interview, and congratulations again on your award.
All right, thanks for having me, and thank you.
All right. Yes, we'll see this soon, we hope, right?
All right, excellent. Yes.
All right. Thanks again.
All right, thanks.